Hey guys, what's up? Scotchduck here, once again, finally. Yeah, sorry for like the past, fuck's sake, is it like a month or something? I have no idea. Yeah, I've just had, I don't know what's happened, I've had things I've wanted to talk about, but just no desire to like turn the camera on and lay it all out there, you know? But it has definitely been a while. It's actually Monday when I make this video. I don't normally make videos on a Monday, but I've had a 4-day weekend, so mentally in my mind it feels like a Sunday, so I'm just like, okay, maybe we should just talk about a wee something, you know what I mean? And again, I'm sort of like stricken with the notion that I've nothing really in particular to talk about, so this really is just a little update video talking about some random shit, mostly games I've been playing, to show that I'm still here, I'm still doing shit. And yeah, let's get started. So, what have I been playing recently? Well, I got these two games. I'll show these in my next like collection update. But I've been playing Samus Returns, and I've been playing. I just started this today actually. Ys, fucking hell, Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana. Okay, what the fuck is it with Ys in the fucking titles? Okay, like what is it? Yeah, there we go. Ys 6 is called Ys Ark of Nepishtim, okay? One of the ones on the PSP is Ys Oath of Felghana. That one's a bit easier to mind, but aye, they love their friggin' long titles. I think Ys 7 is just called Ys 7. I'm looking back there because that's where all my PSP games are, but I think it's just Ys 7, so aye, it's mental. But yeah, I just started this today. Overall, I'm liking it so far. And but it's kind of made me like realize something, to be honest. This game's made by Falcom, right? Falcom, for those of you who don't know, and if you watch this channel a wee bit, you probably do fucking know. You're probably sick to death of hearing me talk about it. Falcom made my favorite RPG of all time, Legend of Heroes: Trails in the Sky. Okay, it's an RPG I hold very, very dear to my heart, and it kind of just turned me into this like unconditional Falcom fanboy. It's like, I must play everything they make, sort of thing, you know? And, you know, I've played, they really only do those two franchises, Legend of Heroes and Ys, and there's definitely been games in both series that I've liked, but never to the extent of Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. I kind of just got this in the post, and it kind of, like, broke me a little. I'm like, I only bought this because it's Falcom. I didn't really have any interest in actually in playing it, you know? It was really, like, lame way to think about it, but that's just kind of how it was when I popped it in, you know? And, yeah, I felt almost the same way about Trails in Cold Steel, which was like a RPG trilogy in the Legend of Heroes series that was on the PS3. I only played that for like an hour, and I never went back to it. I don't know, maybe I'll say a bit more when I've finished actually playing it, but yeah, it's there's lots of little things that Falcom does do in their games that annoy me, and they kind of stick out more in, to me now for some reason, I don't know, but yeah, either way, it's good so far, I am enjoying it. And Samus Returns, holy shit, I was surprised how much I liked this, to be honest. I mean, I've always considered myself a relatively moderate Metroid fan, but Super Metroid is kind of like one of my favourite games ever. I've always had this weird relationship with Super Metroid because I only ever played it once, and this was like 10 years ago or something, but I've always held it in such high regard. I think it's because it's one of those games that you can't necessarily get away from, you know, somebody's always like playing it, someone's always like using music from it in their videos or whatever. It's always something that you're made aware of. And as a result, it's kind of always just stuck around, and I've always kind of greatly appreciated it for that. But I played this, I finished it, I absolutely loved it. It actually compelled me to go back and actually play through Super Metroid, and I did, and it's still wonderful, I think, you know? It's almost kicked off a bit of a Metroid marathon for me. I don't know, I might go back to Metroid Prime or something. I don't know yet, but either way, highly, highly recommend this one if you're still looking to pick up 3DS games, you know, definitely go for this. Okay. Now, one thing I definitely meant to make a video on, actually, was Sonic Forces, okay? We recently got like a new trailer for it, showing off like the story and all that. And holy shit, I'm actually like mega hyped for the game now. It always feels like a trap whenever I get hyped for a Sonic game. It's like, no, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do this, Donald. You have no idea what it's gonna come out like. Don't get your hopes up just yet. Combined with Sonic Lost World, it was like that, and it came out and it was like, oh, it's not very fun, is it? But no, this one, just looking at the gameplay that we've seen so far, is really just like tickling my fancy like nothing else, you know? I actually think in hindsight, right, when the two games got announced that were out this year, Sonic Mania and Sonic Forces, it wasn't called Sonic Forces at the time, but you get what I mean. I was definitely more interested in figuring out how Sonic Forces would turn out as opposed to Sonic Mania. Because, you know, Sonic Mania, you just look at it and it's like, okay, that's an extremely safe, familiar, and it's in very good hands, and it's that sort of Sonic game. You know it's going to be good, you know everybody's going to love it, which they fucking have. You know, a lot of people have expressed joy with Sonic Mania. But with Sonic Forces, there's always that question, and as a result, it's more intriguing to me. It's like, will this one turn out? We'll have to wait and see, won't we? I guess we'll find out November 7th. I can't wait. Well, just please don't be shy. That's all I ask. Sega, you can do this, right? Right now, speaking of Sega, I actually finished a bit of a cursed game for me, actually. I finished, finally, Yakuza 5. I told myself to go back and play Yakuza 5 when this came out, Yakuza Kiwami, which is the remake of the very first Yakuza. And yeah, I think 5 is probably one of my favourites, like top 3. You know, there's so many Yakuza games, it's unreal, but yeah, I really dug Yakuza 5. I feel bad that it sort of became a cursed game, and I kind of shied away from it for a while. You know, I still to this day hate the fact that it was digital only. It came out in 2015 on the PS3, you know, when the PS4 and all that was already alive and kicking. So nobody's really gonna like, how should I put this? Yakuza 5 is definitely going to be like the most elusive of the bunch, unless they like re-release it for the PS4 or give us like a limited run of it on the PS3. I would take that. I would take that so hard. Just fucking do it, Sega. So, anyway, but yeah, I'm still not decided to go into this one yet because, to be honest, I always like give Yakuza 1 and 2 a hard time for not being as good as the rest. But I think I'm at the point now where I definitely do think it was the first one that was like the weakest, because I played like the first hour of this and they added a lot of nice new story content, which I really appreciated, you know. But you know, when you're playing through it and you see like all the new interactions and stuff, but you know what happens like later on in the game, it's just like, oh, this feels, no, I don't want to do this. It's like, I don't know, it's a weird feeling, but I'm sure I'll get back to it. But yeah, it is Yakuza. I'm obligated to it, so yeah. And this is pretty random actually, but I really just want to mention this actually. Okay, I had a friend over this weekend, a friend who's into a lot of like the old Capcom fighters and stuff, because you know we had that new Marvel vs. Capcom game that just came out, and the reception isn't exactly that hot. You know, it's a lot of people aren't really digging it as much as they probably should. But he came over and he sort of encouraged me. It's like, oh, let's play some of the old like Capcom fighters for the Dreamcast. And I got this a little while ago, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, and I kind of only bought it because it's such a revered game for the Dreamcast. You know, I appreciated it more as a Dreamcast collectible as a proper fighting game. But we sat down, we played it, and holy shit, I had so much fun. It really does. Like, I'm really shocked that, how should I put this? I remember feeling this way with Super Smash Bros. A few years ago when that first came out, you know? When it comes to fighting games, you can't really force yourself to get into them, like, instantly, you know? I kind of tried to do that. You might remember, I bought, like, Street Fighter 5, I bought, like, Mortal Kombat X, and all these other fighting games with the intention, oh yeah, I'm gonna play these, I'm gonna get into them. But that doesn't really happen, at least not for me. But when you've got somebody around who is also as into those games as you want to be, it becomes like so easy to do. You know, it's absolutely wonderful. And like, we played it for a good like 3-4 hours, and based on that 3-4 hours, I just had so much fun. I've actually ordered a Dreamcast arcade stick. You know, I always kind of wanted one, but couldn't really justify it. But I've decided to take the plunge now. I've got that. It should be here soon, and yeah, hopefully I'll get to play it on this quite a bit afterwards. So yeah, this is a really good game. I've grown up. I've got a lot more appreciation for it as of now. So that's that. Right, now the last thing I want to talk about, and I really should make this into its own video, but I actually did try to make a video about this, but I just couldn't, because there's only so much you could say. I didn't like it without really, and that's pretty much all it was. I finally watched, after like, I don't know how long it's been since it came out, the Ratchet & Clank film. Holy shit, it's awful. Everybody kept telling me this, and I kinda should already knew it. And my love for the game that this film like spawned, you know, the PS4 Ratchet & Clank game, has kinda dwindled a lot. I kinda see it now as that it was sort of like a relatively rushed, not quite as faithful as I would have liked a Ratchet & Clank game. But still good, you know, it's still definitely a good game, just compared to the others that didn't quite tick the right boxes or that. But holy shit, this film is god-awful. It's so boring and so shite, and yeah, that's pretty much all the video was going to be. I was just like throwing insults to it, and that was it, you know, so I guess I can't really make a full video about it, but yeah, it's bad, it's bad. In fact, there was like, there was one bit about the film, this one tiny thing, that actually did get a chuckle out of me, that I actually did like. And it was a scene where you've got a close-up on Clank's face, right? And he says something to the extent of, even though I would like to help out with the mission in any way I can, I find this situation to be slightly... Camera zooms out, he's on Ratchet's back. Embarrassing. So yeah, it was them calling attention to the fact that Clank is always on Ratchet's back, and it got a chuckle out of me. I'm like, that's cute, right? That's cute. That's like a nice little nod to the game's logic that has never really been properly addressed or anything, but yeah, it was like, if they could somehow take the charm that they captured in that one little bit and put it through the whole film, I don't know how the fuck you would do that, but that probably would have made for the film that I would have wanted out of this. But mind you, it's not that I even wanted the film to begin with, because it took me this long to fucking watch it. I mean, up until I popped this in the DVD player, I still had like the HMV 2 for £10 sticker on it. I just like peeled it off there and then unwrapped the cellophane and watched it. That's how much of a shit I really gave to actually sit down and watch it. So yeah, that's that. That's the Ratchet & Clank film, and those are some like random things just to... hopefully I'll get back into the swing of things with video making. There probably should be one other thing I should mention actually. I've stopped getting like, I used to always get like, you know, obviously I'm a partner on YouTube. I've stopped getting money from YouTube, you know? They don't send it like to me every month now for some reason. And I really wasn't making a lot. I was making like, if I was lucky, about £30 a month off this, you know? That's how much it's kind of went down. But it was never really a priority for me, honestly. I was just like... you know, working away, and these videos aren't exactly like high quality, so really I'll take anything I could get at all. But I've stopped getting it for some reason, and I actually don't even care that much to look at why. That's a really bad mindset, but that's how much of a shit I really give about the whole situation, I suppose. So I'm thinking about just demonetizing the whole channel altogether, because there's still ads showing up on the video, so that kind of makes me think, you know, obviously Content ID is a thing, and loads of my Let's Play parts have been Content ID'd, but it makes me think, you know, somebody must be making some money off of this channel, and I'm just like, no, nobody should. I don't know, it's YouTube politics are weird. But whatever, I've definitely not been... I'm not going to get into that. Obviously, you hear about the adpocalypse and shit. It doesn't bother me, it doesn't affect me, but I just kind of come on here and talk shite, you know. Hardly gonna make a career out of this. So, yeah, whatever, just thought I'd throw that out there. But yeah, that's that, guys. See you after. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.